Hi, my name is EJ Massa. The end of the summer is sad, but one of the upsides is you find amazing deals on grills and grilling accessories. Now last year I was at Walmart perusing the post-Labor Day sales and I saw something called a BarrelHouse cooker, and it was marked all the way down to $50. On BarrelHouse's website they have the list price as $300. I already have the Pit Barrel Cooker Junior, which I absolutely love and suits my purposes because I only cook for my little family. But occasionally I'll be cooking for a larger size crowd and, I'll want a little extra cooking space. So sometimes I regret not having the larger version of the Pit Barrel Cooker. And this barrel from Walmart was the same size as the Pit Barrel Cooker, and for $50, why the hell not? So I picked it up. It looks like a decent ripoff of the Pit Barrel Cooker. I say ripoff, but maybe it's like an Olympus Has Fallen and White House Down situation. Armageddon and Deep Impact. Or, The Prestige and The Illusionist. Concepts developed around the same time. A side note about the Pit Barrel Cooker Junior, the smaller sized pit barrel that I own. It's currently not on Pit Barrel's website, so maybe it's discontinued. Also, this BarrelHouse cooker is out of stock on BarrelHouse's website, so maybe it's discontinued. So this review might be completely irrelevant. But let's face it, reviewing irrelevant devices is pretty emblematic of my career. Anyways, I picked this thing up last year, so it took me a while to get around to reviewing it. Walmart had a different barrel cooker this year that might be on clearance as we speak. I haven't checked, it might be gone. And it's certainly an interesting looking monstrosity. The website says BarrelHouse cooker is found at Walmart, but I didn't see any this year, so who knows if you can still find one. Let's see how this barrel stacks up to my experience with the Pit Barrel Cooker Junior. See if I got my $50 worth. Assembly was a breeze. You basically have to screw on all the silver parts, like the top handle, and thermometer, and the side handles, and the little legs. Nothing too crazy, and it assembled quickly. I was pretty impressed with the construction. Maybe slightly less sturdy than the Pit Barrel Cooker, but not by much. There's a few quality of life things that this grill has over the Pit Barrel Cooker, including a lid thermometer, which as far as I can tell works pretty decently. And it kind of functions as a mix between a Weber Smoky Mountain, as you can lift the top off, making cleanup a bit easier than dumping ashes like the PBC, and you don't have to lower the charcoal basket into place. The charcoal basket can be used as a hibachi grill if you put that included grill grate on top. It's kind of awkward, but you could. Instead of hanging rebar, you have this hanging attachment circle. There are holes like the Pit Barrel, but I tried putting rebar in and it doesn't quite fit. The hanging circle is fine though, I don't know why you would put rebar through that. I don't know why I tried that. Why did I try that? Just like the Pit Barrel Cooker, you set an opening on the bottom based on your sea level. But unlike the Pit Barrel Cooker, you just use a slider to set how many dots, which correspond to different sea levels. It's easier than having to screw the half moon circle thing on your Pit Barrel Cooker. The lid is nice and sturdy, and it has a hook for convenient hanging. So the construction I'd say is really good. Comparable to the Pit Barrel Cooker, with some various improvements to the design. I'm quite impressed, but how does this cook food? Grills need to be able to cook food. They need to be able to cook food good. And see if this one's a good food cooker. I'm an expert reviewer. So I'm gonna make chicken. I got this organic chicken called the Smart Chicken. If it's so smart, how come it's dead? I do have the Pit Barrel Cooker's poultry hanging device, but that'd be cheating. So I'm gonna use the supplied hooks and cook chicken halves. I'll start by removing the spine with kitchen shears, much like you would when butterflying a chicken. And I'll save that spine for making chicken stock, or adding to my spine collection. My beautiful spine collection. After cracking the wishbone, I'll cut down the center of the breasts to create 2 chicken halves. There we go. I'll season them with my all-purpose rub, and then I'll sprinkle a little paprika on there. I'll season all the nooks, and then I'll get them ready for the hook. That sounds weird. Why did I write like a Dr. Seuss line? Comparing the BarrelHouse hooks with the Pit Barrels, you'll see that they are a bit narrower. So while you could use the Pit Barrel hooks on the BarrelHouse, you can't use the BarrelHouse hook on the wider rebar of the Pit Barrel. The BarrelHouse comes with 8 of these hooks. And I'll hook the chicken right under the wing. which should give it enough structural integrity to hang. I'm really excited about this because cooking chicken is one of my favorite things to cook on these barrel cookers. The BarrelHouse also came with this hook tool used to grab the hot hooks off the cooker. I accidentally left this one outside for a few weeks, so it got all rusty. So don't do that. Now to prepare the cooker for its maiden voyage. I filled the charcoal basket almost to the brim with charcoal briquettes. I removed 20 or so briquettes from the center and placed them in my smaller Weber chimney. Lit a wax lighter cube and got those briquettes nice and hot. Much like the pit barrel or the minion method in the Weber Smoky Mountain, I poured the lit charcoal in the center. And again, much easier to put the body of the smoker over the charcoal basket rather than lowering the basket like you do in the pit barrel cooker. I added a big hunk of hickory, let it warm up for 15 minutes with the lid open, then I hung the 2 chicken halves and closed the lid. The instructions say it takes 2 hours to cook a whole chicken, so that's what I'll do. And my goodness, I love the smell of chicken juices dripping onto coals. Oh, I don't think there's a better smell. And that smell usually translates to a tasty final product. Interestingly enough, according to the temperature gauge, the temp rides just below 300 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's comparable to the pit barrel cooker's standard cooking temp. 2 hours later, and holy moly, this looks superb. Wow! That's a beautiful bird, and good backlighting from the setting sun. It really did a perfect job, and I didn't have to tend to it at all. Stayed at that just under 300 degrees Fahrenheit temp, and you can see just how juicy and wonderful that meat is. So, here it is. The chicken. See how it tastes. It reminds me a lot of the pit barrel cooker. I mean, really, that's what it is. Very smoky, juicy, and just like the pit barrel cooker, the skin is a tiny bit rubbery. And I think next time I make chicken, I'll open up that elevation slide thing, a couple of holes, and maybe I can boost up the heat, crisp up that skin a little. But other than that, comparable to the pit barrel cooker. Very juicy, very good, smoky in just the right way. From those juices dripping on the coals. Oh, I love the spiciness of the hickory. So that's a winner in my book. So in conclusion, the BarrelHouse... What? Ribs? No, I don't need to cook ribs. Surely that's not a benchmark with which to rate this device. No. Okay. You've convinced me, whispering voices in my head. I'll do it. For you. I just so happen to have some baby back ribs. And just to make this a little extra confusing, I'm going to season them with pit barrel cooker's rub. But let the ribs speak for themselves. Hit it! I liked the Pit Barrel's beef and game rub. It really brought out a lot of meaty flavor in the ribs. And as for the ribs themselves, well, I couldn't have done them any better. They were perfect. So hopefully this product isn't discontinued. I think it's a perfect marriage between the Pit Barrel cooker and the Weber Smoky Mountain, the best of both worlds. And for the price I got it, my goodness, it's a steal. I don't expect you to get that price, but I did. So if you take anything from this video, take this piece of advice. After Labor Day, you'll see a lot of amazing deals on grilling supplies and grills. So check your Walmarts, your Targets, see what they got. And in fact, I found a Weber Jumbo Joe at Target for only $20. What a deal. And another thing you can take away from this video is that barrel cookers make delicious chicken. And I really recommend them for beginners who are getting into smoking food. So do some research, find one that's great for you. And coming up, Air Joe sent me some more cheap grills because he wants to see me in pain. Physical pain, emotional pain, both of them woven together like some sort of beautiful pain tapestry. So look forward to that. Until next time, bye.